Hey, evening all. How are you doing? Another dose of comedy. Have a little laugh. Let's get this moving, shall we? I got a friend who's a drummer in a rock band. She's quite posh, eh? I recently met her family for the first time. And all of her family, all of her daughters, they're all named after her. I said to her fella, why do you call your daughters the same name as you? So we couldn't decide on names. We had a drunken jam session. So we decided to call them Anna 1, Anna 2, Anna 1, 2, 3. Fucking hell. My mate Stinky Steve, he's an ugly fucker, lovely bloke, but not aesthetically pleasing to the eye. In fact, he hasn't had his leg over since the hurricane in fucking 1987. The news told everyone they're definitely getting a good 6 inches that night. And during a power cut, she thought he was a fucking husband. And these days, the fucking tide wouldn't take him out. In fact, every time he gets a shag, he feels like he's cheating on his wrist, you know? And I recently lost a bit of weight after an op. But before that, I knew I needed to exercise more. When I went in the shop, you know, the old man boobs, you know what I mean, lads? You walk around Asda and someone comes up and tries to fucking milk you, you know? You know when you put it on a bit. So I'm grateful to have lost a few, you know, a little bit, accidentally. But you know when you neglected your body, don't you? You go in the gym, sit on the rowing machine, and the fucking thing sinks. You know? I don't know how I make this shit up. I'm here tonight with my big cock. You can't see this in the video, but he's actually got some hairy bollocks now. Talking of gyms, there's this big girl down my gym I always speak to. She gives it a good go in the gym. She should be slimmer than she fucking is. She has a really good go, I tell you. And I kept saying, for your weight, you should be 16 foot fucking tall. I thought she had elephantitis, but she just farted in her leggings. The last session, I swear to God, she sweat that much I could have fucking made a pan of chips after that. I thought that must be bad diet or something. She works out. She really works out. I'm not a sizist. I like big girls. They always have nice biscuits with them, you know? Some men love big bone girls. I'd rather give them a big bone. But last week, before gym, someone crashed into her little pink thing. Fellas, that's enough of that, right? That's a little pink Fiat 500, you know, little car. I don't know how she fits into it. I kept saying to me, mate, we have some trouble, but get her some lube. That's how she gets in that little fucking car. She slips in the door, you know, some KY jelly. Straight in there. He said, don't take the mix, she's got enough on her plate. I said, she fucking must have done. Look at the size of the woman. Do you know what I mean? Clearly eating too much already. I cut my own hair. If I keep doing it, I'm going to be a fucking mental patient. This is self-harming, you know. My mate said, you need something for that haircut. I said, I'm thinking of, you know, red or blue dye for the Mohican. He said, no, you need to put a pair of knickers over your head. I said, why? He said, because it looks a cunt, mate. It looks a cunt. I thought, thanks. I've had my fair share of fucking traffic wardens lately. I feel like I'm in the sitcom Only Fools and Horses, honestly. I just hear this fucking geezer going, you can't fucking park there, Dave. You know what I mean? I was in the pub with the missus. I went to get a drink. I noticed out the corner of my eye, this geezer was talking to her, and then he walked off. I got back to the table quick. I said, what did he say? She said, he just tried to chat me up. I said, well, good luck to him. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Good luck to that fucker. Anyway, an hour later, I went back for another gin and a wine. The same bloke was at the fucking table. I flew back over to the table. I said, what did he say? She said, he asked if I want to meet up for a quickie. I said, a quickie with you? Fuck, it'd take him fucking an hour to mount you. I said, the cheeky bastard. I said, if he does it again, I'm going to go over and sort him out. And she said, don't do that. I told him now, don't do that. That's embarrassing. I went up to the bar again. I got some drinks, and the geezer walks over. I went back, and the geezer quickly went up the other end of the pub. I said, what did he say to you? I'm going to go and sort this fucking bloke out. And she said, he said he wants to turn me upside down, rip me knickers off, fill me fanny with whiskey and drink it. I said, I ain't fighting any bloke that can drink that fucking much. Do you know what I mean? Fucking bucket with ice in. I read an article the other day that said Alexa listens to your conversations and stores them all to use against you at a later date. I thought I knew it. Fucking Alexa's a woman. That's what they do, innit? Every time we have an argument, they remember something happened fucking 3 years ago on a Tuesday. You remember when you said I was a big fat cow that Tuesday? Fucking hell. My missus, she said to me, she said, why don't you get a tattoo of my name on your arm? You know? I said, there's no need. I've got a fucking hairy mole on my arse and it's a spitting image of you. Tell you. My mate took his children to the farm today and they walked into the main bit and his daughter said, wow, look at that big cow. He said, there's no need to talk about your mother like that. She's lost some weight since Christmas. Been on Weight Watchers and everything. A little later on, both of the daughters queued up for the pony grooming. He said, if I only knew you wanted to brush and groom a big, hairy, smelly, sweaty animal, you could have had a shower with your mother this morning. That went down well. Fucking hell. A fucking lead balloon. Never say that, fellas. Zip your fucking mouth up. Christ, you'll be the fucking devil forevermore. An aeroplane took off from Delhi and it crashed into the Indian Ocean and everyone on board died. Sad day. Next day, these two sharks were swimming next to each other. And one says to the other one, have you shit? You fucking stink. He said, oh, sorry, mate. I had an Indian last night. Yeah, my friend's son had his first encounter with a woman the other night. And that didn't happen. My mate was talking to me. He said, Dad always got me willy wet. He said, son, what happened? He said, well, she complained about the size of it. He said, that's okay. Some women don't like big ones. He said, it isn't that. She said, that's little, isn't it? I didn't dare tell her I had a fucking hard on. Do you know what I mean? He said, Dad, I didn't know where to put my face. He said, in time, son, you'll learn all about that. That's called cunnilingus. No, it's not a fucking Irish airline, you know? I got hit around the head today with a tambourine. I went to the doctors and he said, you appear to have a touch of percussion, mate. And then he hit him round the fucking head. The doctor called me a few weeks back on the phone. He said, oh, I'll speak to the missus. I said, she's in the Kermit toilet, you know. Fucking hell. Ruby Murray and some gin, you know, be on there a while. And you could tell me, I'll pass it on. And he said the results came back from all of her tests. I'm afraid to say she has acute angina. I said, I know, her tits are not bad either, are they? The missus came in, looked like she was going to be hanged tomorrow. I said, what's up? She said, I feel totally knackered, I really need a boost. So I walked over to the co-op and bought her one. She cried. I thought, the ungrateful cow. Wasted 70p on that fucker. Wanted a boost. Fucking hell. And the other night she came in and she said, oh, I'm getting old. My tits are sagging, my arse is getting fat, my hair's going grey. I went, not 50 shades. So I've got 3 chins. Say something to cheer me up. I said, well, there's nothing wrong with your fucking eyes, is there? And that's not what she had in mind. Fucking hell. Hey. My friend died of a Viagra overdose last week and I only just buried him today. They couldn't shut the fucking lid. He was completely stiff. Jeez. I got a request today on TikTok, you know, on the old phone. Bored housewife, 33, looking for some action. I thought, right, sort her out. Dropped some iron around here half an hour ago. I should keep going for a few hours. Looking for some action. Do you know, if a woman sleeps with 10 men, she's a slut. If a man does that, he's fucking gay, isn't he? Definitely gay. My whole family's worried about Granddad's Viagra addiction. Grandma's taken it particularly hard. He loved that one. My friend's a firefighter today at the station and went up in smoke. My other friend is a plumber. And last week his business went down the drain. And last night I was pissed. I was with this prostitute and I found out today that she got laid off. What's wrong with the world? What does your missus and a shower have in common? Well, they both get wet when you turn them on. Well, I hope they fucking do. If not, you're with the wrong one, which is very common. You know, you women, you can be horrible sometimes. I know we fucking deserve it half the time, fair play. But my ex phoned me. She said, when we were together, you always said you would die for me. She said, just because we're split up, that doesn't mean you shouldn't keep your fucking promise. I thought, the old cow. You know what I mean? What do you call a man paralysed from the waist down? Married. And have you noticed? Tits are like friends. Some big, some small, some real, some fucking fake. I got really pissed last night. I ended up with a blind prostitute. Well, you got to hand it to her, ain't you? Blind. She found stuff in my pockets I didn't know I had. That was me bollocks. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of fun. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.